Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Bas, we're just building some people. Then we'll bring the chief guest shortly. Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. So, jaisa ke, as you can see, the title says that we are bringing Bradley, Director Trainer of Helium 10 today. It's the first time he's going to be appearing in this in any of the Pakistani platform. So, thoda sa अच्छे सवाल कीजिएगा. We need to make sure we act like a pure Pakistani, ताकि लोगों उसको भी पता चले यार को किसी कौम के पास आया हूँ मैं, right? So we need to be really smart enough to ask these type of questions. I'm also going to bring one of our hero bootcamp student from Karachi, Faz Ansari. Ji, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu Saqib bhai.
So Faz Ansari is the one who actually helped us to. Ji, exactly. People are indeed, and thank you very much for arranging all this arrangement which we have done. So usme we will be asking lots of questions. How much time do we have, Faz bhai?
Bradley was like that. He is here with us for 30 minutes, but depending on the energy of the group, the question, and how exciting conversation that we are able to strike. So he may be kind enough to spare more time for us because he is already pleasantly surprised to know the audience is so big in Pakistan and who is the user of Helium 10. So hope he would like the show and would continue beyond 30 minutes.
Right. So shall we bring in, right? So I'm going to bring him,
sure,
and you can introduce Faz.
Sure.
So here we go. We got Bradley. Hi, Bradley.
Hello,
Hi, Bradley. Good morning from 160,000 community member who are Amazon seller, and they are bustling with energy. So it's good to have you here in Pakistan for the first time in ever in a live discussion, because a lot of people are common between Enablers Group and Helium 10 members. So you are not new to people in Pakistan because they have been attending your trainings, they have been watching your videos, and they have been using the tool that you would train us for. So I would like to listen from somebody who few years back was a Helium user and now is a Director Training for Helium 10. So we are excited to know from you how Helium can add value to our product search, listing optimization, and host of other things that we would do as an Amazon seller. And I would request you to briefly introduce you. Then I would pass on this to Mr. Saqib, who would explain and brief you about the potential of e-commerce in Pakistan and how people are getting benefited from it, and how excited we are to expand the horizon for ourselves. So over to you, Bradley.
Yeah, so I mean, I like you said, I've been on both sides. You know, I'm not a salesman. You know, I wasn't the creator of Helium 10 or anything like that. You know, even just 5 years ago, in my first, kind of entry into Amazon, I was just working for a company where I was in the warehouse and I was packaging, fulfilled by merchant. We had a machine where we could package things, and it was phone cases in bags. I was packaging 500 phone cases every day to ship out, and that was my first experience. It was selling on Amazon, but I really didn't understand it. So after I left that company, I just dedicated myself to learn about Amazon on my own, and that's when I really saw the opportunity. And so then at that point, instead of selling myself, like becoming my own private label seller, I was a consultant for Amazon sellers. So I worked for other companies, I worked for other individuals, helping them launch products. And then I launched myself over 400 products for other people. Again, not for myself, but for other people. And it was like kind of like halfway through that journey, I was kind of struggling with the softwares I didn't know about Helium 10 in those days. This is maybe 3-4 years ago. So I had like maybe 8 different subscriptions for software, like one for Chrome extension, one for financial. I used one for inventory. I had one for listing optimization, one for keyword research. It was crazy. I was paying like maybe $300, $200 a month for software. And then somebody introduced to me Helium 10. I'm like, whoa, this is great. Everything is in one. I can cancel all my other subscriptions and save some
Subscription,
money,
yeah.
and it's actually better, in my opinion. So what happened was, I started using Helium 10, and then you mentioned the Helium 10 members or Helium 10 users group. It used to be called. I was one of those people who would always be like posting in there, and somebody's giving some bad information. So I'll go in there and I'll like make a long post and tell everybody, no, 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 that's wrong, that's wrong. And so the owner of Helium 10 was like, who's this guy? So they invited me to visit them, and they're like, hey, you should work for us. I'm like, okay. So yeah, the rest is history. Now I'm here, and Helium 10 is still, in my opinion, the best piece of software out there to help, whether you're trying to sell on Amazon, whether you're a consultant, like I used to be, whether you're brand new, you've never sold on Amazon. Even huge companies use Amazon. I don't know if you guys listen to. Obviously, we have the Serious Sellers podcast. It's the,
Yes,
the
we do.
the the most listened to podcast about Amazon in the world. Recent guest I had was employee of Lego. So the Lego Corporation, multi-billion-dollar company, they use Helium 10. And guess what, guys? They use Helium 10 Platinum plan.
Wow,
They don't have
that's
some
exciting to
special.
know.
Yeah, they don't have a special plan because it's such a. So the plan that anybody here can have would be the same level as even the Lego company uses. So it's very powerful.
Okay. So basically, I think let's start with some more of questions related to the tool itself.
Sure.
So, I mean, one of the basic questions usually comes up when we run the Chrome extension and see the sales coming in, where we see one of the guys making like 1 million, the second guy is making 500K, the third one is making 200K, and so onwards. So you pull the sales from Amazon to show, but Amazon does not allow people to actually read the sales. So what actually the criteria why people should believe that this sales which we see is right? Because sometimes we have been told, being as a trainer, that it's been exaggerated, we don't believe on these figures. Like, how can someone be making $1 million a month from Amazon? So why people should believe on that?
Yeah, we have very sophisticated algorithm that estimates the sales based on the BSR. Like you said, Amazon does not display actual sales. I mean, that's not, otherwise Jeff Bezos would be in front of the Congress, more often if they were showing that. But
Yeah.
because of our algorithm, we're able to have an estimation, and it's not exact. If your sales are $75,000 per month, probably Helium 10 is not going to show $75,000. It might show 90,000 or it might show 70,000. But it's usually within about 15 to 25%. And of course, always people are like, I don't know, how do I know which one is, if this is really accurate? So because of that, what I have done, multiple times, and people can go back to the Helium 10 members group and see it. I did a live video. One thing you'll never see me do is, I'm not going to make a recorded video or some study and write a blog about exactly why we're the number one estimation, because I know people are smarter than that. They know if I'm writing something or preparing something, of course I am not going to show something of that Helium 10 is not accurate. So it's almost like meaningless. Like, so I feel, if I were to do that would be pretty like insulting. So what I do, I just go completely live, just like we're live now, and I share a screen, and I go into like 3, 4, 5 different Amazon accounts that I have access to, and I
Right.
show them live. Here's their Seller Central. I go by VPN and everything. It's messy. It's not very nice looking, but it's live. And then I look at the Helium 10, and always it is within the realm of usability as far
I
as
fully
how
agree.
accurate it is.
I mean, I agree it's right. I'm not challenging the figures because I check this all myself being as a seller. But what I was saying is that for the people's like newbies and all that, just for their benefit, that what criterias do we actually put in place to pull these figures for, like, in very easy words, whoever we're teaching into, if they want to know that what measures we have in place to see this is actually accurate.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not that difficult for a company of our size to be able to do it, because again, the one thing that Amazon shows is the bestseller ranking, or
Yeah.
BSR, and
Mhm.
that is changing throughout the day. Like, it's not just, oh, one day here's the BSR, the next day here's the BSR. It is changing every hour of the day, and based on these fluctuations, that's how we're able to estimate the sales. And that's why sometimes you'll see not available, NA,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
that's because the BSR is gone, or maybe it disappears for some time. We've all seen that. Sometimes there's no BSR on a listing. And so in that case, we don't want to give some like wrong number. So we just say, no, we can't estimate it. But as long as an Amazon listing has a BSR that we can track, we can give estimated sales.
Right, makes sense. Makes sense. That's hopefully
Nice.
the people who are watching us should make sense to them. One of the other key questions was basically we collected these questions based on after the announcement of what people would like to know more, and the other most wanted questions was what do you reckon, being as a director trainer of Helium 10, is the most key factors for the listing optimization which you feel someone should look at before they're going for a launch?
So the key factors of the listing itself.
Yeah, like how would you feel from your perspective this listing has been fully optimized and
Sure.
uh, and it's ready to go?
Well, yeah, I just did a 2 hour workshop, about the listing optimization before, and one of the biggest things that we talked about was studying your customer, or your potential customers beforehand. And that might seem like a strange concept. If you're selling a product in Walmart, like a store, or some other mall, you can't go to the shopping aisle, look at your competitors, and within 1 minute be able to say, hey, I know exactly what the customers of my competitors are thinking about before they purchase my product.
Mhm. Mhm.
On Amazon, you can do that with Helium 10. And it's just kind of crazy. I mean, now I take it, many people who use Helium 10 kind of take it for granted, but it should really be kind of crazy when you think about it. And how you do that is two ways. Is number one, what the way that Amazon buyers buy products is they have some kind of need, and then they imagine what that product looks like that fills their need, and now they make it a keyword and search in Amazon. Okay,
Mhm.
so we can get into our customers' minds by, like, for example, we'll run Cerebro, Helium 10 tool on
Yeah.
this competitor product. What are the keywords that people are searching to buy this product? Where are they ranking high for? So in that sense, I am literally knowing what was on my customer's mind, or
Right.
my competitor's customer's mind, right before they purchase the product. Those keywords, hey, I better have that in my product. There's other features that people are thinking about that they don't type into the search. Like maybe a water bottle is what they search for. That's the keyword. Okay, I have to have water bottle. But maybe they're thinking about, hey, I need a water bottle that it keeps the water cold for 10 hours, and
Hours.
it's easily washable in a dishwasher, and this thing for the mouth is like, all these things. They're not typing it, but they're thinking about it. Now, where do customers talk about those kind of things? It's the reviews. So we have the review insights tool. So what we can do is we can get all of those common phrases. So those are the two main things for listing. Does it have the right keywords?
Mhm.
And does it get into the mind of the buyer, like to get these little kind of things that they would never type in the search but are important to them? You get that from the reviews, and now you take that, you incorporate it in the listing, and even the images. Like if I found out that for a typical customer of a water bottle, everybody wants this to be easy to wash in a dishwasher, what am I going to
Right.
do? I'm going to go and one of my images, I'm going to show somebody putting this in a dishwasher or something like
Yeah.
that. Because as soon as the buyer sees it, they're like, oh, wow, that's exactly what I was concerned about. And so you have an advantage over the competition when you do those things.
That sounds quite informative for the
So
people.
Bradley, that sounds like it is like connecting with the customer emotionally, so
Yes,
that and you entice him in the manner that you force him to click on the buy button. Okay, so
exactly.
what other aspect? Because we have to draw a line because we follow our customers. Supposedly, if I found a product and there are five top sellers, and see myself, I aim myself to position among them. So I would be optimizing my listing according to their listing, but there is a fine line between these two because I have to optimize listing in the manner that it ranks alongside them, but it looks different. So, what are the few aspects that you would recommend to us to keep in mind while listing to rank among themselves, but to be unique in a certain way?
Yeah, so I mean, that it goes back to that same tool I talked about using review insights. Into there, I can actually see, hey, what were people complaining about? Even though they love them, even maybe most people love those products, the competitor products. I guarantee there's something that people are complaining about that they don't love about it. And maybe if you can find something that's similar amongst the competitors, man, I really don't like that. That the opening for the mouth is too big. Right? Whatever. If you find that, then you put that in your product and you make that one of the key features, and you turn that negative into a positive, and just say, even one of the bullet points. Hey, uh, our customers have talked about how they hate water bottles that have such a big mouth opening. Don't worry about that with us. We've got a perfect size, something like that. Now that makes your product different than the competition, and you're not guessing, is this important to the customers? You already know that because you can see it from the reviews. Another thing that's important for people who are working on listing optimization for yourselves or for clients is sometimes we get too focused on, I need to be completely different than the rest of the competition. Like they're so focused on differentiation that they want to just be different. So here's my thing. If everybody on page 1 of water bottle has a blue water bottle, that does not mean you should make a red one to be different. Because guess what? If if you see on one keyword that's a general keyword, of course blue water bottle keyword, everybody's going to be blue. But if you, on water bottle, everything is like this, you should probably make a blue water bottle too, because that's obviously what the customers want. However, you still should not make it so that it looks exactly the same as all the competition. What, minor thing can you do to make your image better than the others? What minor thing can you add to your product without reinventing the wheel,
Makes sense.
so
Makes
that you
sense.
can slightly
Yes.
differentiate yourself. But
Yeah.
don't get so focused like, oh, I have to
Yeah.
be so different and stick out on the page. Don't listen to people who say that, like, I need to make a pink water bottle because everybody else is blue. That's not a good strategy.
Sure.
Yeah, the rank should not be lost at the cost of the rank. The
Yeah,
rank should not be
exactly,
lost at the
exactly.
cost of uniqueness. You are so unique that you lose the
Yes.
rank.
Yep.
So, Bradley, a very most wanted question from Pakistan is the people here want to launch in emerging markets like UAE, Australia, and those sort of markets which are coming up live a few months ago, where the potential is
Saudi.
there. Yeah, Saudi Arabia and so onwards. But unfortunately, Helium 10 does not support and does not work here. So, what is your plan for those people who wants to launch in those markets where the Helium 10 does not exist, and why it does not exist? And when do you think the Helium 10 will be available in those markets as well?
Yeah, I mean, and it's not just those too. It's like Walmart.com, and I
Yeah,
mean, there's other websites too, even outside of Amazon. So, but everything that we do at Helium 10 basically comes from the users, what the demand is. So, for example, we started in America and all of our customers were in America. So, we developed for Amazon.com. Then all of a sudden, we started getting so many emails like, hey, we want to sell in Europe, we want to sell in UK, we want to sell in Italy, we want to sell in Germany. So that was the next one that we launched. And then, hey, we want to sell in Amazon Canada. Okay, we launched there. So we know there's many other marketplaces, be it Mexico, Japan is actually the number 4 marketplace in all of the world for Amazon. So we judge, or we decide when we're going to develop a lot of resources or put a lot of resources based on the input that we get from our customers. So, and everybody who wants a new tool, like maybe that we don't have, which almost now we have almost everything, but or for the existing tools to work in a new place, you just send the email to support@helium10.com, and every person who gives like a suggestion, like we have a document, and we're always reviewing that, and that's how we decide what's the next thing that we're going to do. So all of those marketplaces you mentioned, UAE, Australia, etc., they're all potential places if there's enough demand for it.
Sure. Okay. This is also another most wanted questions people would like to hear from you. What do you reckon? Obviously, there are criteria. Everyone has a different opinion and ways of finding a winning product. But if we are to ask you that, how do you find a winning product? How do you see this is a winning product? How do you see, like, what bits should be in it to have a winning product before launching or something? So I think it should be really helpful for the people who are seeing, and should come via directly from the person who is more from Helium.
Yeah, the simplest product, or the simplest formula, I guess you could say, and this is something that, Bradley's talking about his experience launching 400 products 3 years ago. No, even this year by itself, just to keep my knowledge fresh, I have launched 4 different products that are making at least 6 figures, that are going to be making 6 figures this year. So these are true strategies that even to this day in 2020 are working. The simplest way I can say it is, you're looking for a product or a niche, a category where there's existing demand. And now that demand, it could be on Amazon, or maybe you see the demand off Amazon. I see in the comments here, a lot of people were talking about the Project X series, how we actually were showing it from Pinterest
and your
Etsy.
coffin shelf is very popular here, by the way.
Yes. Coffin shelf. I thought I had one around here, but yeah, 2 days ago we sold 40 coffin shelves in one day. I don't understand American people, why 40 people are buying the coffin shelf, but hey, that's great for our study. But just like the coffin shelf, we found the demand. We could see that there is demand on Amazon, off Amazon for that. And number 2, the existing competition is either non-existent or poorly performing. We know we can do better. Simple formula for what, to me, is opportunity on Amazon. You've got to have demand. I always say this, but Amazon is not a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, like the crowd, like for a new invention. If you have a new invention, it's going to be difficult to sell on Amazon if there's no demand. Nobody's searching for something, nobody's going to find your product. So you have to have people searching for it. There needs to be demand. And even if there's tons and tons of demand, if it's for the collagen peptides or a neck pillow or something like that, all that demand doesn't mean anything to you, because there's so much competition and they're all doing such a good job that there's no room for you. So if you can find those 2 things, you're going to be good to go.
Okay, that's quite informative for the people. Obviously, the people are a bit emotional here, and they love their country, being as a Pakistani and all that, and they're seeing you live is pretty excitement for them. So, what do you reckon? Like, being as a director of Helium 10, the people use all across the world. How do you see Pakistan from yourself? What did you have in mind? Like, the people in Pakistan having a craziness of 160,000 people willing to do business on Amazon, right? So what do you think about this? Is this normal for you? Like, this much audience? I have not seen, obviously, this many people in any of the group, but what do you see as an outsider of that?
Well, let me tell you, in my Facebook, I don't get, like, my messages don't come to my regular inbox. Okay, so they all go to like the spam folder. But sometimes I'll go and clean it, and also I have a Instagram, here. and out of I don't know, I probably get maybe 100 messages a week or something. I can't get to all of them, but every month I will try and clean it out just to make sure I don't miss a work one. I'll tell you this: I get more messages from Pakistan than any other country in the world
Oh,
of
that's
Amazon
exciting.
sellers.
What do they usually
Um,
ask?
and that to me shows me that there's a lot of motivated
Mm-hmm.
people interested in selling on Amazon. And it was kind of surprising to me because I have done what, maybe 200 live videos, all over the world, and spoken at different events. This is the first time I've ever had a live event, so it's not like, oh, you know Bradley is always in Pakistan, and that's why there's so many people. So people are very motivated, it seems, in your country for selling on Amazon. And yeah, so I have some good friends also from their original, or now they're in Canada. But my friend Leilama Hassan, she even writes
Mm-hmm.
for our blog
Mm-hmm.
now on our website, and gives us good info from the podcast as well. So I've had nothing but good experience so far with Pakistan, and it's great to be able to do the first live, my first, at least, live event with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's been much appreciated that you took the time to come in and explaining your knowledge and all that. I hope you have more time because the people are really pumped up here. I can see the audience building up and the people sort of asking. So the main question was also coming about Project X, which you talked about. What was the main motive behind it, Project X? Why did you launch it, and what you try to achieve from there, and did you actually achieve it?
Yeah, real quick before we get into that, just to see, maybe we can get some extra time, a little bit extra time here. I'll do a little test. So, if everybody's, do we have how many? Can you see how many people are watching, or it doesn't say?
Right now, it's almost 1,000 people are watching, and
Okay, so
yeah,
not everybody, but as many as possible. I want you guys. I have a little homework for you, and depending on how many I see here, we'll go ahead and extend this a little bit more. But take like a selfie of yourself watching the screen, or just take a picture of the screen, and then on it, for those of you who have Instagram, put this on your story, and tag. Do you have an Instagram too for enablers?
yes, we do. Yeah, Neighbors
Okay, so
Pakistan.
your homework is tag three accounts. So take the selfie of yourself, post it on your story right now. Tag the enablers account, tag Helium 10 software. All right, and tag mine, or my business one, which is a H10 Bradley, Bradley. And I'm gonna check this in 5 minutes. How many people did that? If we get a good amount, maybe I'll tell the Helium 10 office they need to send a few of you guys some T-shirts, some Helium 10 T-shirt
Yeah,
for random drawing, and we'll go ahead and extend it longer. But anyways, you were asking about the motivation behind the Project X.
yeah,
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 so
exactly.
we wanted to, so the problem sometimes in the Amazon world is people get the wrong stereotype. Like they see all of these YouTube and Instagram, millionaires, and the all of a sudden somebody gets in this idea that, oh, if I need to be successful on Amazon, it's only if I'm driving a Lamborghini, or I'm driving, I have a $10 million house or something like that, because that's what I see on the YouTube. But we wanted to show people, number one, success means different things to different people. It's not all, if success to somebody is Lamborghini, hey, no problem. I think Foz has 5 Lamborghinis. That's okay. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
be mad. I'm
even
not gonna be
more.
mad at him.
Yeah,
But hey, that's no problem. But if success to some people is like, hey, I want an income that can give me $2,000 more profit per month. That's fine with me. That's success. If that's success for you, that's great. Some people think that, oh, I need to be an expert, and I need to have like college level degree and work for a big company to have success on Amazon. We wanted to show people, no, anybody can do it. So what we did is we just took it from scratch. We want to show something real, and we want to show also sometimes things don't work. So I don't know how many people saw Project X. We started with 5 products. but we ended up only, or 5 ideas, we only ended up with 2 because the other 3 didn't work out. And we wanted people to understand that's okay. Amazon is real. It's not 100% success on every idea that you have. So that was our main goal, to try and show the world basically that Amazon is something for anybody, regardless of what background you come from, how much money you have, what's your goals. There's something you can find to sell on Amazon that can help you reach your goal.
It's amazing, amazing. I think maybe Faz, sorry, you're on mute. You may need to unmute to ask it. Faz, we can't hear you. But let me ask maybe just last 1 or 2 questions before we wrap up. In Pakistan, obviously, the people have a craze of e-commerce, and I just maybe from your perspective, what special do you think you can be able to give as a gift to Pakistani people who are obviously love the way what you have done? But what special we should see from this, the people of this group, is like, this is especially from Bradley. I know you're going to give your shirt and cap anyway, but what else do you think would be the best for the people of Pakistan who are like welcoming you from the core heart?
Yeah, well, what I have to say is that, Amazon is just, I think, great for anybody to be able to, like I said, to reach your goal. So, and don't let it be one certain thing. Like, for example, people sometimes are shocked to find out I have never, I never sold, before Helium 10, my own private label product. I would do like wholesale, like I would buy products and then resell it. I never made my own product from scratch. So, and yet I now, speak all over the world. So don't think that, hey, if you want to make money from Amazon, the only way is to make your own private label business. Guess what? That probably gives you the biggest ceiling. If you do start your private label business, you have a very high ceiling. You could make lots of money. But some of you might want to be like me and just be a consultant, before I work at Helium 10, a consultant for Amazon sellers. That is also something that is absolutely okay. Some people, they just want to work for another company. I personally have always used a lot of virtual assistants in the Philippines before, and they're like, hey, we don't want to sell on Amazon, but we want to work for Amazon companies and handle listing optimization. So I know there's some people here who maybe they liked working for other companies because, hey, that's easy. It takes very little. It takes no investment, almost. So don't think that being a successful with Amazon is any one thing. Any of those things are great, and that's actually for consultants. That's something that we have been working for because we have a lot. We do get a lot of requests from Pakistan. We know there's a lot of consultants out there and virtual assistants. So we created the Helium 10 Academy. So the Helium 10 Academy is something that is already live. The program right now, 100% free. You don't even have to be a Helium 10 member for it. But it teaches you the entire Helium 10 in a very structured format. And at the end of it, there is, for those people who want it, there is going to be a paid test. So like you have to, just like if you want to be Google certified or Microsoft certified or Adobe, you have to take the, you pay and then you take a test, and then now you can actually put that on your resume and you can put it in your LinkedIn, etc. We're doing that for Helium 10 end of this month, where you'll be able to be like an official certified Helium 10 user. So whether you're doing that because you want to really, really know the tool for your own company because you're selling products on Amazon, or whether you're a consultant and you want to show people that you are a Helium 10 expert, regardless, either way, I suggest making sure to sign up for the Academy program. It's at academy.helium10.com, and that will make you on my level for Helium 10. I'm nothing special. I use the tool. I'm not the one who's programming the tool. I'm just using the tool just like any of you guys. So if you go through that whole course, you could be the same level as me for Helium 10.
This is amazing, amazing. Just the last thing for me, then Faz, I'll hand over to you. Is last thing, because I see the people in Pakistan really wants to have you here physically with us, because we conduct seminars all across Pakistan where we create the awareness of Amazon, where the people comes in and ask questions live and all that. It's quite big seminars which happens all across in this Pakistan, where we created this awareness when the people didn't have a clue what the Amazon is all about. Uh, so it would be great honor for you to have in Pakistan, and I hope when things becomes normal after COVID and all that, so it's great to show you the love of the people, and especially Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, and other many other cities where the people will be crazed to meet with you and get your knowledge. And how do you feel about it coming to Pakistan if you are to?
Yeah, I've been to like maybe 26 countries, I think, and I've never been to Pakistan. So I would love to be able to go, and but you have to take. I'm a foodie, so if I go, you have to take
Yeah.
me to like some really unique restaurant that's going to give me a good
There is a
I
Pakistani
hope
city.
you would
cuisine.
not be disappointed.
All right.
Not at all. So Faz,
Okay, so
over.
I've got two questions. I've got two questions that I had on my mind, because let's see, if I allow you to generalize, so what is the single largest reason because of which most of these seller would quit an amazing place like Amazon, and that is the only mistake that they would commit, and you would advise the audience here that they should not indulge into that. What is the single largest reason of quitting Amazon quickly?
So why like people like fail, or why they quit, or what?
Yes. Why do they quit? Why do they fail? The most
Um,
common reason.
I think the most common reason would be they have unrealistic expectations at the beginning. Like if my goal for the coffin shelf was to become a millionaire just from selling coffin shelves, well, that's setting myself up for failure. With the Helium 10 tool, I could see what the potential of the market is. It's not $1 million. And so you need to be able to have realistic expectations, and at the same time, don't be they say in English, what is it, the shiny object syndrome, where something like this looks so amazing, and so you get blinded by the shininess of it, and you don't look deeper and understand that hey, no, this is a seasonal product, or wow, look at this, I'm going to make $1 million on masks, but then now 8 months later, now nobody's interested in masks because it was only because of COVID, or something like that, or a fidget spinner. By the time that you make the product, it's already, nobody wants it anymore. So when you're doing your product research, when you're doing your keyword research, take your time, really study the opportunity before you jump in. Take the extra steps to validate it. Look at the history. Look at the history of the competitors, and that might 50% of the people who fail is one of those things where they didn't check it enough. They didn't do enough research. They didn't validate it. They just like looked at, oh wow, so much search volume, or something like that, and now they make their decision. So that's why we have the tools, guys, is so that you don't just rely on your gut feeling, or I'm crossing my fingers and hoping. No, look at the actual data, and that will be the number one thing that helps you.
Okay. So since you talked about tools, so my next question would be, since you do a lot of such session with a variety of audience from diversified background, so among the Helium 10 suite, we have got Cerebro, Black Box, Frankenstein, Index Checker, and Scribble. There are a host of tools that you offer in Helium tool suite. So, what, in your opinion, is one tool which is most underrated, and if used properly, can bring significant improvement in the activity that one is doing as a seller?
Sure. So for me, the one tool that I don't see enough people using is the one I mentioned actually twice today, which is Review Insights, and used to be called Review Downloader.
Review downloader.
And that's part
Yes.
of our Chrome extension, which is only actually, I think, something like $17 a month, or something like that, really cheap price. But even at that cheap price, everybody wants to use the Chrome extension for X-ray. That's what everybody uses. But Review Insights is the number one tool that people need to be need to be using. Another one is not necessarily a tool, but a newer function, and that is in Cerebro on the bottom right. There is a new filter we had maybe 6 months ago. It's called the Advanced Rank Filter. I actually made a specific video about that in the Learn button, but I would say 90% of our users don't even know how to use it. So if you use that feature, Advanced Rank Filter in Cerebro.
ARF, Advanced Rank Filter. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Then you not only are you going to be better than 99% of Amazon sellers, but you'll be even better than 90% of Helium 10 users who aren't using it. Because, for example, you can use that and you can say, hey, here are 5 competitors and all the keywords they're ranking for. Show me a keyword that maybe only 2 of the top competitors in my niche, they are on page 1. But the other guys, they're on page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. You know, the traditional way is just show me what's the average, right?
Okay.
But when you do that, you miss some of these. And those are great keywords because imagine if it's a great keyword, but only 2 out of your top 5 competitors are even performing for it. What does that mean? That means it's going to be so easy for you to rank for that keyword compared to one of the other top keywords. So those are the 2 main things I think people need to use: the review insights and the advanced rank filter in Cerebro, and that'll be a way to benefit.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, I think we really managed to crack on. The people are really pleased to have you on board here, and is actually we would expect that time to time you continue to give us some time, like once a month or twice a month, something like this, where the people gets charged up, and we really admire your work, and we expect that you spread the word out as well, that in Pakistan the people are being fully trained, and the virtual assistants and all that should also get opportunity. I see Philippines and other countries has been mentioned, but Pakistan also needs to be mentioned here. The whole purpose was also to get knowledge from you and also to show you the power of Pakistan. The people here has a huge potential, and they obviously looks outside the countries and all that, where the potential and the people can actually hire them as well. So we're overcoming and becoming the bridge of it, and bringing the people like you who have enabled other people and enabling, hence we called as our self enablers. So thank you so much. The people wants you to say something like Pakistan Zindabad as well. I am seeing some comments as well. It just means the long live Pakistan.
Long live Pakistan.
How do you spell it? Or how do you say it?
Pakistan Zindabad. Like this is
Pakistan Zindabad.
Yes, almost.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
Spanish, Japanese, maybe better, but yeah. Pakistan Zindabad. Okay.
I hope that is enough to charge up the crowd. Thank you
So,
very much,
like,
Bradley.
I know there's a lot of, I've even recognized some names here from people I've seen, like you said, the Helium 10 members group, and I've seen in the community.
Yes.
So I know there's a lot of already Helium 10 members here, but maybe somebody got inspired by hopefully something here, and now they want to dig into it. Well, I encourage everybody who's listening who is not the Helium 10 member. The only way you can appreciate what the tool can do, and just Amazon in general, is not listening to me in a Facebook Live, but it's actually getting into the tool and seeing the potential, seeing how it can help your business. So anybody who is interested, make sure to sign up. I think you guys have like some discount codes that you can give, so people aren't paying full price. But remember, if Amazon is not for everybody, so maybe you get Helium 10 and you're like, you know what, I decided not to sell on Amazon, but within 30 days, you can ask for your money back and just say, hey, I changed my mind. No problem. They give you 100% of your money back before the month. So the real way that I love to see, thanks from people is, hey, use the tool and become successful with the tool. All right. That's the number one thanks that you guys can give me. So I want to see as many people sign up today, and I want to see you guys start your own Amazon business or your own consulting business, whatever you want. I'm sure you can use Helium 10. And then 2, 3, 4 months from now, you come and you tell me what kind of success you made. And who knows? Another thing, I've never had somebody from Pakistan on the podcast, so I think we might need to, might need to change that too. Might need to bring somebody on. So, anyways,
Sure.
Brilliant. Great. I think this is it from our side. We managed to ask quite informative questions, and it's an honor to have you in the platform of Pakistan. It's the first time you ever come to any Pakistani platform, so it's an honor. And inshallah, we will be continuously bringing you again and again, where we continue to get your knowledge on this platform. So thank you, Faz, for arranging this. Obviously, he was the one who managed to bring you on board. But thank you so much. But if you want to say anything at the end, Faz.
All right. Thank you very much, Bradley, for being here, because you charge up the crowd and we have got the results. Since this is a working day here in Pakistan, so there might not be people who work live at the moment, but I'm sure this video is going to be watched and discussed over a couple of weeks. And just as Saqib has added, that we would like to bring you again to take a deeper dive, maybe on a tool, maybe on an activity, maybe on something where you can show us your screen and show us how do you do it. So that would be an entire thing, because since this was the first session, and I hope we will continue to do similar session in future, so the crowd gets learning, and I hope you are going to witness some success story in your group from people who are associated with enablers. Thank you very much. I think we are right on time, and we can close. Over to you, Saqib.
Ji, thank you so much, Bradley. This is it from our side. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
See you later, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.